Hey everybody, this is Djekar here with Game 2 from the Bromance weekend. This puts me up against Landon Elf of the Wood Elves. Today's scenario is Battle for the Pass, and you get extra points for getting stuff into deployment zones and keeping people out of deployment zones. So let's see what happens. This is a picture of my deployment. You can see I have the Cold One Knights, I have the Bolt Thrower in the woods, the Casket Way in the back, I've got zombies, the Grave Guard unit, Spirit Host, zombies, chariots, that's all up front. I have the archers behind the Grave Guard. I have the Morgas proxying as my Hydra Titan. I have another unit of zombies. And then way in the back over there on the right is a unit that's the Sorceress from my Mercs. She's actually just scout blocking to make sure that nobody can get to my casket very easily. And she's also going to hope to when the when the Glade Riders come on, she's hoping to Doombolt them. Also, I can put her in a forest and try to keep people out of the forest from moonstoning. It's pretty sexy. Only one forest from the acorn. That's nice. However, you will notice there's some wound counters because Vlad took an arrow to the knee and did not ward save it. Thanks, Wood Elf book that gets to shoot before I do anything. Appreciate it. And here is the paltry mess arrayed against me. So from left to right, we've got a skull cannon. A unit of Glade Guard. We have Eternal Guard with characters in the forest in the back. We have Wild Riders. We have Sisters in the river. We have another Skull Cannon. We've got two units of scouts. One's in the building. One is over there on the right-hand side. And then we have the Sisters and their dragon. And I will never, ever pronounce their names correctly. In the bottom, we have a picture of Coffee because Coffee is OP. I actually have no idea where the Bray Shaman is at in this picture. I think he's hanging out to the left of the leftmost Skull Cannon. I win the roll to go first and go ahead and move on up. Vlad's unit charges the tower, which I thought was really weird that he put somebody in the tower. I guess I needed an 8 to get there, but I made it, and there I am. Everything else kind of moves up pretty conservatively. I'm playing chicken with the Wild Riders. I was informed that the Wild Riders, in fact, do not have magical attacks, not even their magical steeds of Kuranos. Well, you know, why would that happen? So here I am happily pushing my Spirit Host forward, just going to lull at them. The chariots are still within range of the Wild Riders. My archers are still within range of the Wild Riders. I feel like my only threats are the cannons, which I don't actually have a lot of things that cannons can shoot other than the Hydra Titan. So that's what it is. And the Wild Riders. So I figure Strength 3 shooting on the Wild Riders. I don't know, Death Magic on the cannons, maybe caskets, who knows. And then just kind of clean up the rest of the points. And maybe if I'm lucky, I can get into the Sisters on the Dragon. Here's just a picture of the left flank. You can see where everything has moved up. The Sorceress has moved backwards to try and Doombolt protect things. And the Cold One Knights move up, respectfully keeping their distance. But since the Mercs are legions of chaos, the cannon is actually unstable instead of demonic instability. And so I feel like if I can get the charge, I have a banner and the charge, and I'm like strength 6. I feel like I should actually be able to win that and crumble him out, and I'm excited about that. Pretty much magic sees me put some wounds on that cannon. I not Doom and Darkness. I Spirit Leech it, and I only do 3 wounds. I'm kind of frustrated because that thing is only leadership 6. I'm leadership 10 with Vlad. How can I not do 4 wounds to it? I did 3. That's fine, but come on, man. Try harder, Vlad. And in a surprising turn of events, the unit of Graveguard kills everybody. Ooh, and Vlad hungers. He eats some souls, drinks the blood from his blade, and gets his wound back. Take that, Glade Captain. This is Wood Elf turn 1, and I don't have a good picture of what's going on, but pretty much stuff kind of shuffles around, and he keeps the Wild Riders there, pretty much just hoping that he can shoot me all off. He moves his scouts to block the chariots, and also shoot at the Spirit Host, but the Spirit Host only takes 2 wounds from all of the shooting that he does to it. However, The Hyro Titan is not so lucky. The Hyro Titan eats Glade Guard shots from the Autumn Guard there, and then the cannon on the right finishes him off. See, Vlad, this is why we kill things when we Spirit Leech them. Over here, some shooting kills. I think this cannon actually bounces and kills the repeater bolt thrower. That, at first I was like, why didn't he shoot it like the casket or whatever? But I think the answer is because now he can teleport into that wood. So, smart play. Yep, there's just a picture of Vlad's failure. Vlad, if you had just Spirit Leeched one more wound off of that thing that you had 4 over, you probably could have saved that Hyro Titan. Yeah, then we could have healed it up. It would have been great. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. This is a picture of my turn 2, and I really don't know what happened to the Spirit Host. I'm going to say that he magicked them off with dark magic, but I don't honestly know. All of his shots are accounted for, and I don't know where my 2 wounds on the Spirit Host went. Oh, wait, I know. I probably know what happened, but whatever. It was probably the Reign of Chaos or something. Anyway, so my chariots charge into the scouts. They flee. I think they actually take it so I don't redirect into the cannon, and that's fine. My Cold One Knights are still playing chicken with the cannon over there. My zombies move up because they don't care. They can take a charge from that cannon. Vlad stays in the building because that's all he ever needs. Also, because I'm getting points for getting over to his side of the board and I have double Van Hel, I can exit the building and then just move 16 inches in the magic phase. So I'm not actually worried. I think on the last turn I can just push on out and get extra points for that. You can see the at the bottom I have the sorceress moving around to get into Doombolt protection range of the casket, and I really should be in that forest that the recently deceased bolt thrower just vacated, but it is what it is. My magic phase sees me Spirit Leech off the cannon, thank you, and add a crap ton of zombies to all my units. The dice are there. That is to show how many they're getting. I have the zombies. I don't just put dice there, but I leave dice there until my opponent starts his movement phase, essentially, because I'll just start adding zombies when I'm not, when I shouldn't be doing something else. Shooting kills all but one Wild Rider. Homeboy, the champion or standard bearer or whatever, just kind of blocks it all with his magical shield of shieldiness. And that's pretty much it for my turn 2. So this is Wood Elf turn 2, and the Glade Riders come on and position themselves thusly. The Eternal Guard teleport over to the forest. Remember when I said I probably should have put the Sorceress in that forest? Pretty much anywhere in that forest I would have been able to stop that. Poor play on my part. The Wild Rider rolls up to redirect my chariots. The sisters come over to do sistery things. The sisters on a dragon come up to look at my wizard bunker, and that's okay. I'm used to jumping everybody out of the wizard bunker. I have zombies that can't see the sisters on a dragon, which is sad because I'd really love to charge her in the flank, but my opponent is not an idiot. So not only is this a better picture of Jimmy the Wild Rider standard deciding that he's awesome, but my opponent cast Curse of Anrahir on the chariots with the sisters. It was irresistibly cast, and he did D3 wounds. He did 3 wounds to himself. He was not allowed to make a save because they're not as good as warlocks. They panicked, and we were pretty sure that they panicked from the closest enemy unit, which was the zombies, if I'm not mistaken, and so they fled right off the board. So I'll take a turn of Curse of Anrahir to pick up 130 or 140 points or whatever the sisters are. Thanks, man. This is my turn 3. I've swift reformed I tried to swift reform the archers and failed. I was going to swift reform them and shoot into the forest there, but I failed because I'm terrified. In his turn, I guess I don't have a picture. His skull cannon charged some zombies. Of course, no, I'm sorry. That's why I don't have pictures. In my turn, the zombies charged the front of the skull cannon. The Cold One Knights got into the flank, and that's a dead skull cannon. There's just nothing to do about it. You can see that his riders decided to pick off in this turn my sorceress on a cold one, but it is what it is. That's all we've got. At least my casket's still alive for right now. Hopefully. Apparently I did swift reform. This is me trying to get line of sight onto the Wild Riders, and I just don't have it. Or Glade Riders, excuse me. Because I would much prefer to shoot them than the giant block. I'm going to get points off of the Glade Riders. I'm not going to get points off of the Eternal Guard, barring insane rolls. The Skull Cannon does a couple wounds, but none to the Cold One Knights. We overrun. I don't make it like 6 inches into the archers. Now, I'm within an inch of them, so essentially anything that happens, I'm just going to kill them. You know, if they back up, they're still 7 inches away from me. I am still within, they still can't stand and shoot. If they flee, I guess their best bet is to back up and flee. But I mean, I'm getting points for this unit of Cold One Knights to be in his deployment zone at the end of the game, so I'm okay with this. And the zombies really aren't going to get anywhere else either, so they're going to also get me some free points. I like free points. Yep, I shoot some of these guys. They decide they don't care, which is sad. I would have liked to see them run, but they're leadership 9 with the reroll. They're just not going to run ever. Landon Elf's turn 3, he charges with both of these units. He makes it with the Eternal Guard. We decide that he actually can't get the Glade Guard in there. I don't know whether that's true, but he was fine just fail charging it. He didn't need the help. I hope that they can kill those guys. I mean, I hope they don't. I hope they fail and I kill 17 people with my 4 attacks, but, whatever. So they kill the casket, of course. It explodes. It doesn't hit either of those units, and if it does hit, it certainly doesn't hit the Glade Riders, which again is the unit I care about. That's the one I want to kill. It's going to get me points. I don't have a picture of the charge, but the Sisters on a Dragon charged into the rear of my archers, killed absolutely everyone with Crumble. Absolutely everyone. Woo! 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 That happened. Now they're looking at my chariots, which can't get out of the way and can't flee, so I'm going to feed them almost 200 points in chariots on the next turn as well. That's... So in my turn 4, he actually stands. When I charge him and I beat up a bunch of people, they flee, and there's 2 of them left, and I'm chasing them. That's fine. I think he wanted me to chase him into the forest, which didn't happen. He was trying to kill one guy with dangerous terrain because then I wouldn't be claiming points, but that didn't happen. I abandoned the building with Vlad's unit, getting ready to Van Hels myself into oblivion. So the Wild Rider is fleeing, and I actually am really confused about that because he never lost combat. So I don't know how he fled from the chariots when the chariots charged, because he didn't move over there, I don't think. Maybe he did. Maybe he did move all the way over there on his own. Regardless, I know that he took all of the chariot shots when the chariots were cursed last turn. They actually just shot at him, and he made 2 6-up ward saves like a bouse and just kind of trolled me. So, but regardless, here's the Wild Rider gonna do something, I guess, and all of my zombies and Vlad and the Cold One Knights are just gonna get me points. Landon Elf's turn 4, he charges into the chariots, and he just is gonna eat them. There's not much I can do about it. So, in the cheekiest of all cheeky bastard moves, Landon Elf puts his character into the unit of 4 Glade Riders, making them hashtag a unit of 5 models. So he is now getting, and he moonstones them over there. I think he moonstones them out of the way of the zombies that are going to try and charge on my last turn. But regardless, now he's got 2 units instead of 1 unit, and that's just a cheeky move. But I applaud it. Of course, the Sisters on the Dragon make short work of the chariots, because why wouldn't they? I can't do anything. I try really hard to kill them, the Sisters, both at the same time, even though it won't get me points, and it doesn't work. I do 2 wounds to one and no wounds to the other. So I kill one, she comes back to life, and they laugh and spit in my face as I die. So I'm pretty sure that Vlad either charges the Wild Rider or just magics him off. You can see I'm moving all my people up. I've got 5 models. I've got 4 units of 5 models. I'm capped at 3 for the purposes of combat, or not combat, of extra points. So essentially, no matter what happens, I've got full points from this. I could never have gotten more points by turning myself around and chasing Moonstone people. So this was just really my best bet after I broke through the lines and ate some stuff. And my zombies, they needed like a 10 to make that charge, and I actually was really excited if I made that charge. Yeah, I'm hitting on 5s, but you know what? They're not in a forest, and I could get lucky, or I could try and kill the spell singer, or something. I have ranks and a charge, and I don't know, man. It could have happened, but it didn't. They rolled like a 3 or 4 or something. So there they sit, just kind of hanging out. This picture is just to show that in his turn he didn't really do anything. He tried to kill some of my he shot some of my zombies because why not, but it didn't really matter because they're zombies. Nobody cares about them, least of all themselves. And finally, this is the last picture of the game. You can see the dragon ladies charged into some zombies. They killed a bunch. I still have zombies left, and that's the end. This is turn 5, but remember we're on a time schedule, and so we had to call it here. So the final score, I found my notes, was 2024 to 1775. Now he had 600 extra points in bonus points, and I had 900. So if you subtract those from our scores, he actually won, but it was still a draw. So it was minus, because I ended up with 1124 and he ended up with 1175. So he beat me by 51 points without extra points. So that was just insane. It was a great game. Really enjoyed it. Should have probably tried to stop the moonstoning into my backfield. That would have been pretty clutch. I actually would have gotten an extra points for keeping him out of my backfield if I could have somehow managed that. And he would have lost 600 points. I would have had a lot more points. But that didn't happen. And like I said, it was a great game. Really enjoyed it. Glad to play him. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll be back with game 3.